The story of England begins long before written records, shrouded in the mists of prehistory. The first inhabitants, hunter-gatherers, arrived thousands of years ago, leaving behind only faint traces of their existence. As the climate warmed, these early Britons embraced agriculture, settling down to farm the land. This period, known as the Neolithic era, witnessed a remarkable flowering of culture and ingenuity. Monumental structures like Stonehenge stand as enduring testaments to their skill and vision. These massive stones, carefully arranged in a precise pattern, have captivated and mystified observers for centuries. Were they temples for worship, astronomical observatories tracking the movements of the heavens, burial grounds for revered ancestors? The true purpose of Stonehenge remains an enigma, a silent puzzle passed down through generations. What we do know is that these ancient builders possessed a deep connection to their environment and a remarkable understanding of engineering. They were skilled astronomers, mathematicians, and builders, capable of moving and shaping massive stones with astonishing precision. Stonehenge, an enduring symbol of their ingenuity, stands as a testament to the ambition and spiritual yearning of England's earliest inhabitants. In 43 AD, a new chapter began in England's story with the arrival of the Roman legions. Julius Caesar had made brief forays into Britain a century earlier, but it was under Emperor Claudius that the Romans launched their full-scale invasion. The native Britons, fierce warriors though they were, proved no match for the disciplined Roman army. Roman rule brought with it significant changes to the landscape and culture of England. They built an extensive network of roads, many of which still form the basis of England's modern road system. Towns and cities sprang up along these routes, connecting the far-flung corners of the Roman province of Britannia. Roman engineers constructed impressive structures like Hadrian's Wall, a massive fortification stretching across northern England to keep out the Pictish tribes. Roman influence extended beyond infrastructure. They introduced their laws, language, and customs, leaving an indelible mark on British society. Christianity, which would later become the dominant religion of England, also gained a foothold during the Roman period. Although Roman rule in Britain eventually crumbled in the 5th century AD, their legacy lived on, shaping the course of English history for centuries to come. With the Roman legions gone, a power vacuum emerged in Britain. Into this void stepped the Anglo-Saxons, a collection of Germanic tribes who migrated from continental Europe. The Angles, Saxons, and Jutes, as they were known, established kingdoms across England, gradually pushing the native Britons westward. This period, spanning from the 5th to the 11th centuries, witnessed the emergence of a distinct Anglo-Saxon culture and identity. The Anglo-Saxons were skilled seafarers, farmers, and warriors. They established a system of government based on kinship and loyalty, with kings ruling over smaller territories. This era saw the rise of powerful kings like Alfred the Great, who successfully defended his kingdom of Wessex against Viking incursions. Alfred is also credited with promoting education and scholarship, laying the groundwork for England's later intellectual achievements. The Anglo-Saxons left behind a rich legacy of language, literature, and law, forming the foundation upon which later English culture would be built. Their stories, passed down orally for generations, provided the basis for epic poems like Beowulf, a cornerstone of English literature. The Anglo-Saxon period represents a formative chapter in English history, shaping the character and destiny of a nation. The year 1066 marked a watershed moment in English history, the Norman Conquest. This event would not only change the political landscape, but also the cultural and social fabric of the nation. William, Duke of Normandy, laid claim to the English throne, challenging the right of Harold Godwinson, the newly crowned Anglo-Saxon king. This bold move set the stage for a monumental clash between two powerful leaders. The ensuing Battle of Hastings, fought on a windswept hill in southern England, would forever alter the course of English history. The battle was fierce and brutal, lasting an entire day and resulting in significant casualties on both sides. The Normans, descended from Viking raiders who had settled in northern France, were a formidable force, renowned for their military prowess. Their disciplined and well-equipped army was a testament to their strategic planning and combat skills. Their cavalry, a decisive advantage on the battlefield, proved too strong for Harold's forces. The Norman knights, mounted on powerful horses, were able to break through the Anglo-Saxon shield wall, a key defensive formation. Harold fell in battle, along with many of his nobles, leaving England vulnerable to Norman conquest. The death of Harold marked the end of Anglo-Saxon rule and the beginning of a new chapter in English history. William, known as the Conqueror, claimed the English throne for himself, ushering in a new era of Norman rule. His coronation on Christmas Day in Westminster Abbey symbolized the dawn of a new era. The Norman conquest had a profound impact on English society. It brought about significant changes in land ownership, governance, and social structures, reshaping the country in ways that are still evident today. William, determined to consolidate his power, replaced Anglo-Saxon nobles with his own Norman followers, granting them lands and titles in exchange for their loyalty. This redistribution of land ensured that his supporters were rewarded, and his rule was secured. French, the language of the Norman court, replaced English as the language of government and administration. This shift not only affected the ruling class, but also had a trickle-down effect on the common people. This linguistic division had a lasting impact, shaping the evolution of the English language as we know it today. The blending of Old English and Norman French created a rich and diverse linguistic heritage that continues to influence modern English. The late Middle Ages witnessed a period of significant upheaval and transformation in England, a time marked by both turmoil and progress. The Black Death, a devastating pandemic that swept across Europe in the mid-14th century, decimated the population and had a profound impact on the social and economic fabric of the country. Entire villages were wiped out, and the labor shortage that followed led to significant changes in the feudal system. The 100 Years' War, a protracted conflict with France, further drained England's resources and led to political instability. The war, which spanned over a century, saw numerous battles and shifting alliances, leaving the country exhausted and financially strained. Amidst these challenges, a new spirit of intellectual inquiry and artistic creativity began to emerge in Europe: the Renaissance. This period was characterized by a revival of classical learning and a renewed interest in the arts and sciences. This cultural movement, which originated in Italy, spread to England, bringing with it a renewed interest in classical learning, art, and literature. The Renaissance had a profound influence on English culture, inspiring a wave of artistic and intellectual achievements. Writers like Geoffrey Chaucer and William Shakespeare produced works that would become cornerstones of English literature. Their writings not only entertained but also reflected the complexities and changes of their times. The 16th century witnessed another momentous event that shaped England's destiny: the Reformation. This period saw significant religious upheaval and the questioning of long-held beliefs. This religious revolution, sparked by Martin Luther's challenge to the authority of the Catholic Church, had a profound impact on England. The Reformation led to the establishment of Protestantism and significant changes in religious practices and institutions. King Henry VIII, eager to annul his marriage to Catherine of Aragon, broke with Rome and established the Church of England, with himself as its supreme head. This bold move not only altered the religious landscape, but also consolidated his power. This move had far-reaching consequences, leading to religious strife and persecution, but also paving the way for England's emergence as a major naval power. The establishment of the Church of England marked the beginning of a new era in English history. The Tudor dynasty, which began with Henry VII's victory in the Wars of the Roses in 1485, played a pivotal role in shaping England's destiny. The Tudors brought stability to a nation that had been torn apart by civil war. Henry VIII's reign was marked by religious upheaval and the consolidation of royal power. His policies and actions set the stage for future monarchs and had lasting effects on the country's governance and religious practices. His daughter, Elizabeth I, presided over a golden age of English exploration, naval power, and cultural achievement. Her reign, known as the Elizabethan era, was a time of great prosperity and cultural flourishing. Under her rule, England emerged as a major player on the European stage, challenging the might of Spain and laying the foundations for a global empire. The Elizabethan era saw the expansion of English influence and the beginnings of its colonial ambitions. The 18th century witnessed the dawn of a new era in England: the Industrial Revolution. This monumental period reshaped the very fabric of society and laid the groundwork for the modern world we know today. This period of unprecedented technological innovation transformed England from an agrarian society into an industrial powerhouse. The shift was not just in technology, but also in the way people lived and worked. New inventions, powered by steam and coal, revolutionized manufacturing, transportation, and communication. These advancements made it possible to produce goods on a scale never before imagined. The steam engine, perfected by James Watt, provided a reliable source of power for factories, mines, and mills. This innovation was a cornerstone of the Industrial Revolution, driving progress and efficiency. The textile industry, in particular, underwent a dramatic transformation, with new machines like the spinning jenny and the power loom increasing production capacity exponentially. These machines made it possible to produce textiles faster and more efficiently than ever before. Factories sprang up across the country, particularly in the Midlands and the North, drawing workers from rural areas and leading to the growth of urban centres. These new urban areas became bustling hubs of activity and innovation. The Industrial Revolution had a profound impact on English society. It changed the way people lived, worked, and interacted with each other. It created new wealth and opportunities, but it also led to social and economic inequality. The gap between the rich and the poor widened, leading to new social challenges. Factory workers, many of whom toiled long hours in dangerous conditions for meager wages, faced harsh living conditions in overcrowded slums. These conditions sparked calls for reform and better labor laws. Despite its challenges, the Industrial Revolution propelled England to the forefront of the global stage. The country became a leader in industrial production and innovation. It became the workshop of the world, producing vast quantities of goods that were traded across the globe. English products were in high demand, and the country's influence grew. This economic dominance fueled the growth of the British Empire, which expanded to encompass vast territories in Asia, Africa, and the Americas. The empire's reach was unprecedented, and its impact was felt worldwide. The Industrial Revolution marked a turning point in human history, and England was at its epicenter. The innovations and changes of this era set the stage for the modern industrialized world. Thanks for joining me on this exploration of England's history. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating places. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on England's history or what you'd like to learn about next. See you in the next video.